Welcome to NWA Power episode, I believe, 26, and I'm calling it the setup. Setup for someone to get his butt kicked, set up for someone to get sent home, and set up for a breakup. I agree with how this show was pretty much constructed. Now, of course, there was a few camera angles that sucked, but it was very few. I have to say this. The NWA, their camera work has slowly been getting a little bit better. Not a lot. It was here at back of the attack. Now it's come up to here. I'm hoping they'll hit here, where it'll be an average camera work. That's what I'm hoping for. I know a lot of people don't understand. Why do I keep focusing on camera work? And I say this again. If you don't understand the reason why I talk about camera work, let me put it to you like this. If you're going to watch Infinity War or Endgame, how would it feel just to focus on a woman's boobs for 10 minutes? And you don't see their face. You don't see the fight with Thanos. You don't see Tony Stark and ends everything in the good guy's favor and he dies. If you only could see a woman's boobs. Yeah, if the boobs look good, you wouldn't mind. But then you miss all the show. That's what it comes down to. You want to see what's going on. If you still don't get it, I'm sorry that you don't get it. Because I'm not saying you're dumb, it's just that you don't understand. You're home. You're home, and you want to see what's going on. It doesn't make a difference of how it was years ago. They do it better now. Look at WWE and AEW. They know how to do it. Everyone should follow their suit. It doesn't take much either. Look, that's how they are. This is what we got. It's not that hard. A little zoom out. It's easy. Anyway, Nick Aldis and the Murdoch had their moment in the very beginning. Nick Aldis adding on to what happened last week where Trevor Murdoch got his ass handed to him by Strictly Business. And he does call him out. Trevor is making very clear, you should be glad I'm not trying to kick your ass right now. But you get Nick Aldis, and I love how Tim Storm says this. During part of the show, before the Credos match with Sal, he pretty much says, you know, Nick always has this ability to back you into a corner and then give you two options that suck. And you take it when you shouldn't. That's how Nick is. And I love how that goes. And Nick makes it very clear. Look, you should not be like this, but I'm going to give you this option. The 6-man tag at the end of the show. And he doesn't say stipulation, but it is a stip. He says, look, if you win, this 6-man tag, find some people in the back. If you win it, you get a national title shot. If you lose, you go home for 30 days. He doesn't say that together. He says this part about getting a title shot, and then after Murdoch talks, he talks about him going home for 30 days unpaid, in other words, suspended. In between that, Murdoch says this, and I do agree. He says, you know what's really interesting? You say I'm not worth having a title. You say it's not worth having a title shot, but the minute I come after you, you give me one of a title that's not even yours. Trying to duck me now, aren't you, Nick, huh? Well said. Not every company does this. It sounds like it should, but he made it very clear, you're ducking me. Now you're making a guy that wants to be in your show, wants to be in your crew, wants to be in your position of Strictly Business. You're throwing him to the dogs in a sense. That's what he's saying. And I agree with that. Now, first match. Credos versus Sal. It's in my face. It was a bloodbath because Sal just got his butt kicked. Danny Deals comes out with a chair, gets his butt kicked. My Valentine comes out trying to help Sal, begging for him. And this is why I say again, My Valentine's not an interviewer. She's not a commentator. She's a manager. She just feels like a manager, and I do believe she should be a manager for Sal. That's the truth. He should be having a manager, and she should be it. She should not be doing interviews. It makes no sense. They should hire somebody else. I'm sorry. She just doesn't feel it. Particularly what happened with Thunder Rosa. I'll get to the Thunder Rosa and the Camille advocate moment in a few minutes, but you get my point. Aaron Stevens comes out to try and stop it, and the match is now no contest. No one wins, no one loses. It's just stopped. But then it gets interesting. Another setup. Tim Storm is approached by Kratos, hitting the table, and this is the beginning of Velvet Sky's animation. Now, I will talk about that in a few minutes, where she becomes highly animated. This is where I say that she can show interest. But she's trying to convince Storm, no, don't do this. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to do anything. Tim, you don't need to. Yes, it was very gentle at first. And, of course, he does get up, faces a Kratos with his hands in the pockets. I believe I got that shot. But not putting it in my face, I don't believe. He makes it very clear he's not going to do anything. Kratos says, come on, punk. You hit me? Come on. And Kratos just going, come on, I want it. And he's going like this. But then you get Tom Latimer and not Nick Adonis, but I'm trying to combine Chris Adonis and Nick Aldis. But you got Chris Adonis coming out with Tom Latimer and saying, look, Aaron, look what you got. You got a problem, bro. You ain't gonna last much longer because we're coming for those titles. But Kratos, we see something in you. We need an extra person because of what Nick said earlier, that we're getting an extra person for the 6-man tag. You it. And he fist bumps them both, and then they end the segment. This just shows more of a breakup between Aaron Stevens and Kratos. Now, we truly get the match that really didn't make that much sense. The Pope versus Tyrus for the TV title, 6 minutes and 5 seconds of time. You get Austin Idol at commentary because Tim Storm is not there. He's in the back checking on Sal, supposedly. And this is when you see the total weakness of Tyrus. Look, at one point during that match, Tyrus had to run the ropes. He had to run from one turnbuckle to another to splash a Pope who got out of the way easily. But when you saw Tyrus, guys, I'm not against Tyrus. I actually like Tyrus. But when it comes down to it, Tyrus is badly out of shape. He couldn't even run. He did a light trot. And I'm not expecting him to go full bore in the ring. With his size, not only could he hurt himself, he pretty much would do damage to the ring because of his size. Because the more fast you go into the ring, you also put a lot of strain on to the turnbuckle as well as for the post. Because those posts, even if you're 240, 250, you can bend that bitch. If you've never seen Monster Garage and the Rock'em Sock'em build, they make it very clear. Wrestlers going full bore into those ring turnbuckles easily can bow a turn post. You think it shouldn't happen, but it can. But Tyrus couldn't even run very much. Look, I can't run. I have one leg that literally is frozen straight because of my disease in my hip. I can never run again in my condition until they get hip replacement, which unless, Medicare is willing to pay for it because Medicaid don't want to. But still, I got a reason. I can't walk. Tyrus can walk. The guy is in bad shape. He just looks out of shape. He used to be able to run way faster, way better than that. And it can't just be because of his age. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, he's nearing 50, but come on. He should be in better shape than this. And then this is where I said the sky animation, because when you see that the Austin Idol kept interfering with the damn match, you see finally what I've seen of Velvet Sky when she was in Impact or TNA. When she's into something and gets upset in character, she becomes very animated. You can hear her emotion because she was getting sick of Austin. Austin was saying, I know you're madly in love and you can't stand it. He said, no. She was getting highly animated. Is it incredible animation? Like incredible amounts of emotion? No. But this is Velvet Sky. She has a certain level of emotion. She's actually a gentle person. She's very gentle. And why isn't Bully Ray married to this woman? Why? I mean, shouldn't he marry her by now? Because they've been together for quite a while. Give her the damn ring, man. It doesn't mean you have to have kids. Give her the damn ring. Give her a ring, boy. I'll take her. Yeah, I'm like this. And she's probably like this because I'm pretty short. I think she's a little bit taller than me. I'm not sure. Maybe she's 5'9". I'm not sure. But marry the woman. And anyway, she pretty much was animated. I liked it. But due to the fact of Austin Idol trying to help and Tyrus getting frustrated, Tyrus grabs that neck and he's squeezing and squeezing, and then the time period stops. And Pope still wins. He retains his title because the time period runs out of 6 minutes and 5 seconds. Look, guys, I don't know where they're going here. This doesn't really make a lot of sense to have Tyrus going after the Pope. One, he still hadn't got enough credibility in. Two, it feels kind of forced. It does. It kind of feels forced between Tyrus and Pope. Look, I have no problem with Pope dealing with Tyrus, but it doesn't feel like it's enough. I think it's because there are no backstage segments. That's throwing me off here because, look, I understand they're in a closed set. I understand they're being careful because they're following protocol, but they need to do some backstage segments where you see the Pope get his ass whooped by a Tyrus. They need to do that next to make this feel like it's important, because as it stands, doing on set is not enough for me personally. They need some type of backstage segment for Pope to get his butt kicked by Tyrus, not on the main set, which I understand they don't normally do that. But I think it might be necessary in this situation only. That's just me. Now, the advocate segment of Terrence Terrell. I don't know what they were going with this. Having two women advocate for Camille and Thunder Rosa, having Melina for Thunder Rosa and Terrence Terrell for Camille. I don't know why they went there. But I will say this, and she's in my face. Woo! Damn it, baby! I don't know what she's wearing under that top. I mean, it's wrapped around her neck to try and minimize showing her nipples and the, damn! Camille! Baby! Oh. Latimer, he better hold on to that one. I'm hoping he don't fuck up. And this is his woman for the rest of his life, because this is a good woman. It isn't just because she's built like... That woman's got muscles on her muscles. You can see that she's not damn, but still. But this was about trying to set something up for the number one contendership to be transferred from either Camille to Thunder Rosa, or that Thunder Rosa loses and the number one contendership doesn't transfer at all. This is what it was all about. And you did get Melina talking very well, but she was over and over again talking about why was the Thunder Rosa speared, and that was never addressed. Not well. Terrence Terrell was doing the dollhouse segment. That's the way it felt. No, was it the dollhouse segment? No, that was for Rebel. I don't know what Terrence Terrell... She was doing the Valley Girl thing that I think didn't go over well. Look, I'm not against Terrence Terrell. I actually like Terrence Terrell, but she didn't need to do the Valley Girl thing. It just didn't feel right. It didn't feel genuine like she's supposed to be. Because I've heard Terrence Terrell. She's way better on the mic when she's being genuine than being like that type of character, because she just sounded bad. And then you got Kyle Davis trying to break the damn thing up once they started breaking down, and he get it in the face like this. Was it a good segment? No. It still feels, as I said, you currently have Selena Deeps not available. I still think she might be rehabbing, or she's not ready yet. And they're trying to drag this out because she's still not ready. And this is the problem for NWA. You have Selena Deeps still as champ that goes to AEW periodically on Dark, but she's not there. She should be going from Dark over to NWA power, and she can't. She's just not there. And to be honest, I think they need to strip the title of her if she's not ready. By doing this, it's dragging out the women's division of NWA. And look, you got 4 women there. You only got 4. I'm hoping there's more. Because I'm hoping that Genocide is going to stay. I'm hoping the other woman that was there, I hope she stays as well. I hope it's not temporary. But they need to do something. They need to strip Deeps of the title if she's just not ready. And I loved Selena Deeps. Not just because she had the greatest boobs anyone could see during the Straight Edge Society back in 2010 or 11. But she actually can act. She's not that bad as a promoist and a character. But at this moment, she needs to just drop it. That's just me. You tell me below. And finally, unless I'm forgetting something, the 6-man tag of Strictly Business and Credos versus, at first, you got the Murdoch, then you got Aaron Stevens, and last but not least, it was Sal at first. But Tim Storm came out to switch with him because Sal was still beat up. The match wasn't bad at all. Camera work wasn't great, but at least you could see generally what was going on in the ring to a certain extent. I didn't show any obligatory because it wasn't more than just 4 or 5 shots. It was more than 10 to 15. You see it. That's the way I work. If you got something 5 or under, you're not getting anything on my show. But after 10, fuck you, who owns the promotion. I'm going to show every shot that shows either ass, face, and almost nothing in the ring. But you get my point. In the end, what do we get? Sal basically distracting Tim Storm. And then you get the Master Lock into a slam. I forgot what he calls it. And Tim Storm loses. That means Murdoch loses. And he goes home for the next month. No money. The setup to fail. Was this a good show? It wasn't bad. It's a setup. You got something going next week. You got the stipulation for the women. Because that's what Terrence Terrell wanted. You got the build-up between Credos as well as Aaron Stevens. You now wonder what's going to happen because Trevor Murdoch is not there. And you wonder how Strictly Business is going to keep doing their business without their good guy. Where is Tim Storm going? This is a setup for Tim Storm to get back in the ring? Are they going to keep doing this with Credos and Tim Storm until Tim gets into a position where he gets so mad, so frustrated, he finally has a match with Credos? Will that finally culminate next week where Credos will force Tim Storm to get back into the ring the week after next? I don't know. It's a big question mark where they're going to go. And still, the Pope and Tyrus. Honestly, they need to do something where the Pope must be talking and then gets whooped by Tyrus, or they do it in the back. He gets whooped by Tyrus because it needs it. But it wasn't a bad show. And this is my NWA, I hate botching, NWA Power episode 26, and I believe it's 26. Please give a subscribe, a comment. I can't believe I keep saying subscribe. Give a comment. Give a like. Maybe if this is the first time you subscribe, because I'm not doing this to get money. I'm not doing this to get fame. I know I ain't going to get nowhere. I'm not a Just Alex or JD or Solomonster. I'm none of them. No matter if I've been around longer than them, I'm just doing it because I enjoy it. And I hope that more people do see me. Because I like to try to show that I'm doing something. And you should be getting your obligatory Gump report this Friday or Thursday. And you will get Dynamite tonight. Peace.